Their heritage
That's
so
one
awesome.
grace. That's one grace that the Chinese people have, is that they live long lives. And they have good memories. And they still honor the elderly. And so they listen to them. Is that not still the way it is there?
It's really hard to make a sweeping generality between, a whole culture.
Okay.
There
So they're
are
losing
some
that honor
trends
for age as
that
well.
I've seen since we've been here that are very disturbing as far as family solidarity goes. Having the husband work in one city and the wife work in another, and the children going away to boarding school, which is really funny because we've worked for the last 2 years in a boarding school. And I've become more and more like, what am I doing here? This isn't where the children should be. They should be at home.
Right. But they don't have that choice.
That's sad.
I think, did we lose her?
No, she's there.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay,
that was my little point. You can go on, buddy.
Very interesting.
Wow.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I loved especially your last question. I loved how your questions were really, really principle based. And okay, this is where the country is. How do they recover? I love that. Good job, Mom.
Okay, thanks.
Deanna, do you want the next turn?
I don't have questions like you guys did. I just was going to turn to the chapter and point out some of the things that we are so plainly seeing in our world today. As I read this, I was like, oh, whoa, why? When they knew this, like, why? This really, these principles should be required learning of every U.S. citizen. Really. If Congress, so the principle I chose, number 22, a free people should be governed by law and not by the whims of men. And I feel like we do live in a country where it is the rule of law, or used to be. But it is really swinging more toward the whims of men. And it's not just, I don't know, I found it very interesting, the things that were discussed here, because I felt like they are completely relevant to our society today. So, first of all, it talked about, let me see if I can formulate a question in my head here about, do you remember that it discussed Plato's belief that laws are limiting and negative versus the belief of the founders that law, it says here, the founders looked upon law differently than Plato. Instead of treating law as merely a code of negative restraints and prohibitions, they considered law to be a system of positive rules by which they could be assured of enjoying their rights and protection of themselves, their families, their property. How do we look at laws today? And I guess the thing where my mind goes is the type of laws that are being written today. And this is the next section.